You sit down for a healthy meal, salad, grilled chicken, maybe some quinoa. It should give you energy, right? But instead, an hour later, you feel heavy, bloated, and strangely sleepy. Your mind slows down, your stomach expands, and you're left wondering, how can food that's supposed to fuel me make me feel this tired? If you've ever experienced that post-meal crash after eating something clean and balanced, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not imagining it. What's happening inside your body goes far deeper than just digestion. It's a breakdown in communication between your gut, your brain, and your cells. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. Hi, I'm AI Coach Fiona, your cellular health educator. Today, you'll understand what's really happening between your gut and your energy levels. Why even clean eating can backfire when your digestion is inflamed or unbalanced. And what you can do to restore the connection between the food you eat and the energy you feel. Let's start with the basics. Your gut is not just a food tube. It's an energy factory. When food enters your stomach, digestion isn't just about breaking it down into smaller pieces. It's about energy conversion. Your gut lining absorbs nutrients, proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals. Those nutrients travel through your bloodstream to every cell in your body. They arrive at your mitochondria, those tiny power plants we've talked about before. And your mitochondria use those nutrients to produce ATP, your body's cellular power currency. That's how food becomes energy. That's how a meal is supposed to fuel you. But when your gut lining is irritated, or your microbiome is unbalanced, that process turns chaotic. Instead of nutrients flowing smoothly into your cells, your bloodstream gets flooded with inflammatory signals. Things like lipopolysaccharides, or LPS for short. LPS are fragments of bacteria that live in your gut. Normally, they stay inside your digestive tract, where they belong. But when your gut lining becomes damaged, what scientists call increased intestinal permeability, or leaky gut, those LPS fragments leak through tiny gaps in your gut wall. They enter your bloodstream, and your immune system treats them like an invasion. It releases cytokines, those chemical messengers we talked about in the inflammation video. Cytokines signal your body to go into defense mode. They steal oxygen and glucose from your mitochondria to fuel the immune response. The result? Fatigue, mental fog, and that post-meal crash you can't explain. Here's what most people don't realize. When you feel tired after eating, your body isn't resting to digest. It's fighting inflammation. And that fight is draining your cellular energy reserves. Now let's talk about the gut-brain connection, because this is where things get really interesting. Your gut and brain are in constant conversation through something called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is like a two-way superhighway. It carries electrical and chemical signals between your gut and your brain, continuously in real time. When your gut is healthy and balanced, it sends calming signals to your brain. It says, everything's good down here. You can focus, you can think clearly, you can create. But when your gut is inflamed, it releases cytokines that travel straight to your brain. Those cytokines activate microglial cells, the brain's immune responders. And when microglial cells get activated, they slow down neurotransmitter activity. Specifically, dopamine and acetylcholine, the brain chemicals responsible for focus, motivation, and mental clarity. So when you say, I can't think after lunch, you're not imagining it. Your brain is literally responding to gut inflammation. This is what scientists call the gut-brain fatigue loop. Digestive stress triggers inflammation. Inflammation causes brain fog. Brain fog increases stress. More stress weakens digestion. And the cycle continues. It's not in your head. It's in your gut. And your gut is talking to your brain every single second. Now let's talk about how your eating habits feed this cycle. Because even if you're eating healthy foods, the way you eat matters just as much as what you eat. First, speed eating and stress meals. When you eat in fight or flight mode, rushing through lunch at your desk, scrolling while you chew, thinking about your next meeting, your body diverts blood flow away from your gut. It sends it to your muscles instead, preparing you to run or fight. That means slower digestion, less stomach acid production, fewer digestive enzymes. Food sits in your stomach longer than it should. It ferments. It produces gas. You feel bloated. Your body can't absorb nutrients efficiently because it's not in rest and digest mode. It's in survival mode. Slow breathing before eating activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest response. It restores digestive enzyme flow. It increases stomach acid production. It signals to your gut it's safe to process this food properly. Second, processed foods and sugar spikes. Every time you eat something high in sugar or refined carbs, you're feeding specific bacteria in your gut. And not the good ones. Pro-inflammatory bacteria thrive on sugar. They multiply rapidly. They crowd out beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, the ones that produce short-chain fatty acids and support your immune system. That imbalance, called dysbiosis, increases gas production, water retention, and post-meal tiredness. It also weakens your gut lining over time, making it more permeable to those LPS fragments we talked about earlier. The more sugar you eat, the more inflammation you create. The more inflammation you create, the more tired you feel after meals. Third, low fiber and low diversity. Fiber is prebiotic food for your microbiome. It's what your beneficial gut bacteria eat to stay alive and produce those short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs. SCFAs are natural anti-inflammatories. They energize the cells lining your colon. They strengthen your gut barrier. They reduce systemic inflammation. Without enough fiber, SCFA production drops dramatically. Your gut lining weakens, inflammation rises, and your energy crashes. Most women eating clean diets still don't get enough fiber diversity. They eat the same vegetables, the same grains, the same proteins every day. But your microbiome thrives on variety. The more diverse your diet, the more diverse your gut bacteria, and the stronger your energy foundation becomes. Fourth, hidden food sensitivities. Even healthy foods like eggs, dairy, or certain grains can trigger low-grade immune responses if your gut lining is damaged. These aren't full allergies. They're sensitivities. Your body sees these foods as threats and releases inflammatory cytokines in response. The more irritated your gut becomes, the more energy you waste on defense instead of creation. You're not digesting and absorbing, you're reacting and inflaming. And that's why you feel tired, even after eating something nutritious. So how do you restore gut balance and regain post-meal energy? Let's break it down into 4 science-backed steps. Step 1. Eat in a calm state. Take 5 slow breaths before your first bite. This isn't woo-woo. This is physiology. Digestion is a parasympathetic process. It requires your body to be in a state of safety and relaxation. When you breathe slowly and deeply, you activate your vagus nerve. You signal to your stomach, release acid. You signal to your pancreas, release enzymes. You signal to your gut lining. It's safe to absorb nutrients now. Peace activates digestion. Stress shuts it down. It's that simple. Step 2. Time your meals strategically. Give your gut at least 3 to 4 hours between meals to complete its cleansing wave. This is called the migrating motor complex, or MMC. The MMC is like a broom that sweeps through your small intestine between meals. It clears out undigested food particles, bacteria, and debris. It resets your gut for the next meal. But constant snacking halts this process. If you're eating every 2 hours, your MMC never turns on. Undigested food gets trapped in your gut. Bacteria overgrow. Fermentation increases. Bloating and fatigue follow. 3 to 4 hours between meals gives your gut time to reset, repair, and prepare. Step 3. Rebuild your microbiome. Add fermented foods, soluble fiber, and polyphenols to your diet. Fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, and yogurt contain live beneficial bacteria that repopulate your gut. Soluble fiber from foods like oats, flax seeds, chia seeds, and sweet potatoes feeds those bacteria. Polyphenols from berries, green tea, and dark leafy greens reduce inflammation and support SCFA production. These compounds work together to reduce LPS leakage and lower systemic inflammation. The less inflammation in your gut, the more energy your mitochondria can produce. Step 4. Support mitochondria through digestion. Your mitochondria depend on nutrient absorption to function. Specifically, they need zinc, magnesium, and B vitamins to convert food into ATP efficiently. If your gut isn't absorbing these nutrients properly, your mitochondria can't produce energy, no matter how much you eat. Zinc supports gut lining repair and enzyme production. Magnesium is required for over 300 biochemical reactions, including ATP synthesis. B vitamins, especially B12, B6, and folate, are essential for mitochondrial energy production. You can get these from real, whole foods, shellfish, pumpkin seeds, leafy greens, eggs, and organ meats. But if your gut is inflamed, even eating these foods won't help, because you're not absorbing them. That's why healing your gut comes first. Once your gut lining is strong and your microbiome is balanced, nutrient absorption improves. Your mitochondria get the raw materials they need, and your energy rises naturally, without stimulants, without willpower, without pushing through. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. It's Tuesday afternoon. You've just finished lunch, a balanced meal with protein, healthy fats, and vegetables. In the past, this is when the fog would roll in. This is when you'd reach for coffee or sugar just to stay awake. But today, something's different. You took 5 deep breaths before eating. You chewed slowly. You didn't check your phone while you ate. And now, 30 minutes later, you feel light. Your mind is clear. Your stomach is calm. No bloating. No crash. No brain fog. You move into your afternoon with focus and presence. Not because you did anything extreme, but because you supported the natural communication between your gut, your brain, and your cells. That's the power of understanding your body at the cellular level. So today, you learned that feeling bloated and tired after meals isn't about overeating. It's about communication breakdown between your gut, your brain, and your cells. inflammation, LPS leaks, and microbiome imbalance all redirect energy away from your mitochondria and toward damage control. Once you restore gut balance and eat in a calm state, your energy rises naturally, without stimulants. You learned that your gut is an energy factory, not just a food tube. You learned that the vagus nerve connects your gut and brain in real time, and that gut inflammation directly causes brain fog. You learned that eating in a stressed state, consuming too much sugar, lacking fiber diversity, and ignoring hidden food sensitivities all weaken your gut lining and drain your energy. And you learned 4 science-backed steps to restore that balance. Eat in a calm state, time your meals strategically, rebuild your microbiome, and support your mitochondria through proper nutrient absorption. These aren't quick fixes, they're foundational shifts. And when you implement them consistently, your body responds at the cellular level. In our next episode, we'll unpack another hidden energy blocker, your stress hormones. You'll discover how cortisol and adrenal overdrive make you feel wired but tired, how chronic stress sabotages your mitochondria, disrupts your sleep, and keeps you stuck in survival mode, and how to restore your body's natural rhythm for calm, steady power, without relying on caffeine or willpower. If this video helped you see the connection between your gut health and your energy, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I'll see you there.